A passionate group of teenagers took to the streets in Ferguson this afternoon, taking a stand against the violence they see too often.
And they almost saw that violence again today during their march. Our Justina Cornell joins us now. And Justina, someone pulled a gun with this group that was marching for peace against violence.
That's right. And it was so scary to see it happen all right before my eyes. I just couldn't believe that this was all going on during a march where they were trying to stop something like this from happening. But the organizer, Hazelwood West Senior Skylar Robinson, says nothing will stop her from spreading her message.
What do we want? To stop the violence. What do we want? To stop the violence.
Their message loud and clear.
What do we want?
Teens marching to stop the gun violence that's taken the lives of boys and girls in the St. Louis area.
Don't talk about it.
The head of the pack, 17-year-old Skylar Robinson.
No justice. No peace.
After hearing about 8-year-old Journey Thompson, who was shot and killed near a football jamboree this past summer, Robinson says she couldn't handle one more child dying.
So many kids have died due to gun violence this year, and that's what really pushed me as a teenager to do something about this crisis called gun violence.
Killing our people. That's the problem.
Marching along the teens, Antoine Brown's family.
Bullet came through the house, through his headboard of his bed, hit him in the top of his head.
In September, the 15-year-old was shot and killed while he was sleeping at his home in St. Louis County.
It just hurts every time I think about it.
His family gets a chance to see that there's teenagers out here that's trying to put a stop to this, and that there will be justice served, and also that there's people in their community on their side.
But the march was interrupted by the one thing they were protesting. Fighting interrupted the calls for peace when someone pulled out a gun threatening people.
It really made me angry because why do we have people pulling up, with guns, and this is what we're trying to fight against?
But Robinson says this just proves that they need to continue spreading the message. Stop the violence.
This gives me more purpose, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going because this has to be addressed and it needs to stop.
Now, we aren't showing the man's face holding the gun since he isn't charged with anything, but it was a very scary situation as children were standing right in front of him in the possible line of fire. Now, as for Robinson, she says this is just the beginning of her efforts. She plans to do a peace rally at her school along with other seniors and keep the conversation rolling.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Justina.